Hello, welcome to Female Nature. I am your host, Victoria Chinenye Okoli. On today's episode, we will be discussing puberty in girls. We know that puberty affects boys and girls, but today we'll be focusing on puberty in girls. And because of the nature of this channel, we discuss issues relating to women. So we'll be talking about puberty in girls. So let's try and understand what puberty is. Puberty in girls is when the female body is getting ready for the start of menstruation. So more estrogen is being produced by the ovaries, and the female reproductive organs are getting ready for transition from a girl to a woman. Normally, the average age of puberty in girls is between the ages of 8 and 12, 12 years of age before they see their first period. I know it varies anyway. Some girls see their period earlier, maybe let's say 10 years, or these days really, or 11 years, or some see theirs maybe after the age of 12. So there are changes that the body is going through during these years of puberty, and the changes include physical and biological changes. So things like increase in bone development, and you might notice that the young girl is growing more during this period of puberty in terms of their height, and they're expanding as well. So there is body expansion, and that includes the formation of breast anyway, the breast development. And you might notice that the hair is now appearing in their armpits or in their private parts. These are all part of the physical and biological changes in the puberty years of a young girl. So in terms of symptoms and changes in behavior that parents need to look out for. This is a situation, this is a time that a young girl is trying to understand what is happening to her. They are trying to find themselves and know who they are and what is happening, and understand what they might be going through. So parents may notice that their girls are more forgetful, and this forgetfulness is due to the hormonal changes, because there's increase in hormonal activity in the body, and this affects adults. When we get to talking about menopause, we will see how that affects on the later years in the adult life of a woman. So they will be forgetful. Their parents tend to repeat things over and over again, and it can be frustrating for parents as well to keep repeating the same things. So it is important for the mom or the parents generally, even the dad, the aunties, the big sisters, female members of the family close to the girl, to understand what they are going through in order to be able to help them and to support them fully. And you might notice that the girl is eating less, and some girls now they might be eating more during this developmental stage, and changes in the hormone and the body function, both physically and biologically. So some might be eating more and some might be eating less, it depends, but you might notice some changes in their eating habits, and they tend to be more aware of their body. So there will be increased awareness in their body. They tend to pay more attention, and you may notice that some of these symptoms will include that they're a bit withdrawn, unlike before. So they may want to spend some time in their room, more time in their rooms, or they may be frequenting the toilet more. So there might be increased urination, but part of it will be trying to understand what is it that is really happening to them. So you find out that they like to spend more time maybe in their bedrooms, and some girls can get more like they have more erratic behavior. They're irritable. A little thing they may get upset, or they may become more argumentative with their parents. So you might notice that they are beginning to have spots on their face, acne, what we call them, some people call it pimples. Anyway, so these are all development or developmental changes on the skin surface, and some of them may feel rather more sleepy. It's difficult to wake them up. Kids normally, it's a bit difficult to wake them up in the morning, maybe to go to school, but at this stage, you will find out that they tend to be more sleepy instead of waking up earlier. And again, you may notice that now they are sweating, that you can perceive body odor in the young girl as well. These are all hormonal related. So these are all is part of the hormonal changes in the girl. Boys get the same symptoms as well in terms of perspiring, like sweating and all that, or acne on their faces. Or in boys, you will know that their vocal cord will change. Their voices now sound deeper and all that, which is their voice is breaking. Anyway, for girls generally, it can be a bit more for the parents to look out for, to pay more attention to, in order to help them, to support them fully. Understanding is very important. So in order for you, for the female, or even their dad or their mom, their big sisters or their aunties, to be able to help them more, to support them, try to understand that the young girl is going through changes in her life, the beginning of the formation of transition from a girl to a woman. So this might happen for maybe 4 years or so. It's just like gradual change, because the body is gradually transitioning. It is important that the parents or the adult in the family have an open communication channel. You need to be able to give the young girl a reason to trust you and to rely on you for support. Try to explain the changes that they're going through. Help them to understand that it is normal, it is natural that females go through that. Give them the reassurance that there's no harm, there's no need for them to panic. Let them be able to talk to you. Explain the process of menstruation. It is key, because sometimes you find that young girls learn about menstruation and about their periods when they're in school from their peers. This shouldn't really be the case. The woman, the mom, the auntie, the big sister should be able to prepare them for menstruation, for their first period, explain to them what to expect so that they are not afraid when the time comes, wherever they are, really. You may need to provide them with a small toiletry bag with a couple of sanitary pads to carry with them when they go to school, or if they are going to be away for a prolonged period of time, like a few hours, if they're going to be away from home or away from you. So teach them how to use the pads as well. Prepare them fully so that they don't have to be afraid when the time comes. So equip them with knowledge, because knowledge is power. Before even they go to secondary school, you need to start talking to them and explain the situation to them. Let them know what to expect. That way they will have the confidence to be ready whenever their first period comes, and that way they will understand actually what they're going through is normal, that other girls are going through it. Even their mom went through it when she was their age. So be patient, especially if you have to keep repeating things. Although this can be frustrating for the parents, but try and understand that uh, their forgetfulness is due to the foggy brain. It's not really intentional, it's due to the hormonal changes in the body. Show more love and understanding. I'm not saying throw away discipline, no. Discipline with love. So, in terms of the do's, what you can do, the things that you can do to help the young girl, control their screen time, mobile phones, computers, their laptops or TV, encourage exercise. So in terms of the screen time, give a limit to how much exposure that they're going to have on the TV or their phones or on the laptop or the or whatever screen that they are using, because the screen usage, the screen exposure can interfere with their sleep at night, and the whole body will be affected as well when they don't sleep well. Encourage exercise to strengthen the growing muscles, and also encourage the habit of drinking water, at least a liter a day. Clear water, that's not including if they're drinking, if they're having their hot drink. So help them make sure that their water intake is really good throughout the day. This will help um, the growing organs in the body, and it will also help to clear their skin of the spots they're having on their face if they're having spots. But generally, a good hydration is important, and at any age anyway. So encourage healthy eating by let them have enough fruits and vegetables that they like. I know that some young people can be picky or choosy in terms of the vegetables that they want to eat, but encourage them to eat a vast amount of vegetables, different varieties. But if you find that there are some that they're more aligned with, that they prefer, try to increase the usage of that one. Try to increase their eating of the one that they like to that they prefer to eat. Again, increase their protein intake, because we know that protein is essential for muscle growth. So because they are growing, the muscles will need adequate amount of protein to help the muscles grow. So sufficient fiber intake is also important to keep the bowels regular. You don't want them to be constipated. So fiber is good, but not too much fiber, because too much fiber on its own can cause constipation. So balanced diet, eating well. If you can afford it, use organic dairy products, yeah, like organic fresh milk or cheese, so that the body is not overloaded with synthetic estrogen or other hormones that the production system of the animals use. For example, in some areas, people might use, some farmers might use hormones to treat the animals, or just maybe to avoid them from getting sick. So something like that. So, but at the end of the day, those hormones, or tiny bits of them, are likely to be transferred to the humans. So, but where you can afford um, organic products, that would be really good. Where you can afford organic food, that would be much better. I know that they can be fairly expensive, but do your best. Do your best to take care of the young girl, and avoid high sugar. High sugar content is unhealthy, and when their period starts, if they are taking too much sugar, it is going to increase the pain that they feel during their period. So sugar makes the period more painful. It makes the pelvic region heavy. So sugar is not good at all. So fizzy drink is not just the sugar that maybe like in cakes or sweet things, but drinks as well. So refined sugar generally is not good, and even natural sugar. Sometimes people think, okay, natural sugar, maybe you eat a lot of banana because it's natural, the sugar content is going to affect you. No, it's still sugar content in natural products, in fruits, and in fruits mainly, they still increase the overall sugar level in the body. And this is not just for the young girl, this is for adults as well. Help them to increase their hygiene practice by having their shower in the morning and in the evening, and washing their underwears regularly, and not using the same underwear the next day without washing it. They shouldn't use the underwear twice without washing them. Just help them to practice more hygiene, more cleanliness. This way they will grow with it. If you can, help them to use antibacterial soap for their shower or for their bath, depending on their skin sensitivity. If their skin cannot tolerate it, for example, if it gives them dry skin or irritates their skin, then you need to discontinue the use. But the antibacterial soap will minimize the perspirant, the sweating of the body, and also help to clear the spots on the face. So introduce them to oil-free or oil control facial cleansers if they are having acne or spots, as we mentioned. So if there is acne, limit in terms of what they don't have to do. If they have facial spots, I think you need to consider limiting the amount of oil that they take, oily food or butter that they take, because this will make the spots worse. And don't use body moisturizer or cream that is heavy on the skin, as this will also build up the spots. It will close the pores on the face and make the acne build up. So try not to use heavy cream, or discourage them from using heavy cream or heavy body oils on their skin. So try not to be, it's a very challenging time for parents because you tend to be shouting, repeating things, and all that. Please be calm. Try not to be shouting, because if you're shouting more, it will make them more confused. It will make the situation worse for them because they are already confused. They're trying to understand what is really happening, but be gentle. But if you're gentle, be firm at the same time. We are not saying don't discipline them, but be gentle. Try to understand they're going through a phase, that things will eventually settle. And we need to know that even when they start having their period, for some girls it takes few years before the hormone will settle, before their body will settle into their new way or their new life anyway, if we can put it that way, or the next stage in their life. So it might take a little while. Some people, even when by the time they are 17, they're still like argumentative or trying to sleep more, all those symptoms that we talked about now, all the behavioral symptoms might still go on until late teenage years. So everybody is unique, everybody is different. So try and understand and give them the time so that they will be fully supported irrespective of how long it takes. We are not saying tolerate bad behavior. No, don't tolerate bad behavior. Still do your discipline as a parent, but discipline with love. Tender loving care is quite important. So to summarize the puberty in girls and what parents can do or what big sisters can do to support the young girl, communication is key. It is very important for you to open that channel of communication. Talk to them as a friend. Try to find out what they are going through, and if there is anything that you can do to help them. Don't be forceful. Don't try to make the situation worse. Everybody is unique, as we said. So do your best to support. If you're working with young girls, it is good for you to understand as well, not just the family members. It is good for, say, if you're a teacher, if you're a youth worker, if you're working with young people, it is important for you to understand that this is a phase that they're going through. It is in puberty, and there are hormonal changes, there are physical and biological changes that the girl is going through. So I hope this is helpful for the parents and for the aunties and sisters out there, so that we all know how to support the generations coming after us, the young girls. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for subscribing. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so to help us. And please share this video with people on your network, people in your circle. And please comment as well. Hopefully, by the next episode, we'll talk about, we'll try to understand menopause. And from now on, we'll try to understand the link between puberty and the female journey for the rest of the years of the person's life. Until then, look after yourselves. Thank you.